Do you think Wolf starts 8 games in the NHL this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's what I think, and I'll bundle Hanifin in with it. So right now, optimism's high in 32 NHL cities, especially in Vegas because they just won. But there's 32 cities that have, done their tinkering. They've made their moves for the most part. I think everyone has some moves they'd like to make, but salary cap and other factors are constraining them. But I think everyone's probably reasonably happy with going in because you've only done everything on
Calgary.
paper.
I don't think Winnipeg's made all their moves.
Oh goodness, no. But they've made moves they can make right now because they need 2 to tango. But right now, I think I have a big ugly spreadsheet in front of me. Every team basically exists like this. They exist on a spreadsheet. They exist in 2 dimensions where people go, oh, I think the team looks good because of blah, 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 blah. Once they get to training camp, then you sit down and be like, okay, who's going to show up in shape? Best shape of their lives? Who's going to show up in suboptimal shape? Who picked up weird injuries in the offseason? I mean, who's going to come in and have a bad preseason? Who's going to come in and have a preseason that makes their team go, oh, you know what? We could probably use Noah Hanifin. Make some phone calls. Or, someone's backup goalie is going to get lit up like a pinball machine throughout camp, and the Flames will start getting calls on Dan Vladar. Where if not in camp, the first month and a half of season where everyone's a little bit rusty and everyone's starting to ramp up. And, I don't think we really see the best of NHL teams until about, Thanksgiving, Canadian or American, to take your pick. But somewhere in between the Thanksgivings is where teams start figuring out what they're doing and really start clicking and start rolling. And the teams that end up winning a lot early on tend to be the teams that do better overall because of that. But I think a lot of teams are going to hit that, I think teams are going to get through October and go, case in point, there's a year where the Flames used Eddie Lack as their backup goalie. He did not last past U.S. Thanksgiving because he just wasn't exactly what they needed him to be a solid 2. And they ended up calling up Dan Vladar or calling up David Riddick. And by the end of the season, Eddie, I believe, I forget what they traded him, but they ended up trading away Eddie Lack to a different team. And then he basically puttered around for a little bit. But that's the kind of thing that happens where on paper, did Eddie Lack being the Flames backup goalie make sense? Yeah, it made great sense. You could look at it and go, yeah, okay, I can see why they do that based on, they want a veteran, they want a guy who made a certain amount of money, certain amount of experience, and then it just didn't work. There's going to be a lot of sort of, for lack of a better term, Eddie Lack situations in goal, on defense, up front, throughout the league. And I think that's kind of one of the things that's going to make the next, 3 months between maybe now and U.S. Thanksgiving, maybe now and Christmas, chaos, because I think a lot of teams are going to start playing that game of, what do they got over there?